If you sat down with some of the smartest, some of the best mathematicians and gave them this scenario to break it down, I guarantee you, if not zero, there's a slim chance of this happening. And that situation I'm speaking of is Oklahoma, Auburn. And both teams coming out on top this year. I guess that's depending on your definition of on top though as well. When you look at the situation at Oklahoma last year with Jackson Arnold, 5-star quarterback coming in last year. Offensive weapons went down with injury. Offensive line dealt with injury. Defensive line had to hold down the fort for the majority of the season. Arnold gets benched, in comes Hawkins due to Arnold's inconsistencies. So many mitigating factors that left that Oklahoma team with not much room for success. He leaves, go to Auburn. Now he has all the bells and whistles, weapons on the outside, offensive line, top in the nation, defensive line, one of the best players in the country. All you have to do is spin the ball and get it to his receivers and not make mistakes. He should have success, right? Auburn should be a playoff contender, right? At least. And on the other hand, in Norman, you have a gunslinger from the West Coast. He can spin the ball as well as run it. He can do it all. When it comes to prototypical quarterback, he has all the boxes checked. Hell, he's even from Texas. Has the flair. Coming in with his former offensive coordinator from Washington State. Now into the big SEC conference, where he'll get to play with some of the top talent in the nation at one of the most prestigious institutions football-wise. Johnny Mateer and the Oklahoma era has arrived. Grab your popcorn, find a seat. It's going to be exciting. Heisman hopeful. This guy's electric. But damn, is he walking into the same situation that we spoke of? The same Oklahoma offense of last year? The one that was depleted? No offensive weapons outside of Burks? Okay, yeah, you bring in Jaden Ott, electric running back that can receive the ball out the backfield. But what's there outside of that? If you plan on using Moneyline Mateer as this great thrower of the ball down the field. So, which is right? Was it Oklahoma had the weapons and Arnold wasn't prepared to step in and take the bull by the horn? Was it Oklahoma set up for success just in a down year? Or was it Jackson Arnold wasn't the quarterback? Now, if Arnold succeeds at Auburn as the quarterback, he must have been a good quarterback. He just needed the weapons to be plugged in. Could we say that? But now, if Mateer goes to Oklahoma and succeeds, then was it Jackson Arnold? Because, yeah, they do have some new additions in Oklahoma, but it hasn't changed too much, if you're asking me, quite honestly. And with all that put out there, that's why I say it doesn't seem that both of these teams and both of these things can be right. Someone has to struggle. There has to be a wrong. And when those two take on each other, one of those teams could possibly be reaching their peak of success for this season. Some flaws may be exposed, and I'm willing to stand on that. I know this isn't the conventional way of thinking or your traditional analysis. Yes, both of these could be possibly true. Oklahoma has recruited new talent and acquired some through the transfer portal. I get that. Getting the right quarterback and the same could possibly happen for Auburn. They could be set up, but that's not typically how it works. Let's think about that. See, both teams do play each other, and that is this week. Both teams are in the same conference. So this does affect the standings within the SEC. We are talking about the SEC where teams tend to cannibalize each other on top of that. This is all in this equation that we speak of. All this factors in. This is why I feel the two cannot be the same. Johnny Mateer, 67.6 completion percentage so far this year. 5 touchdowns through the air, 4 on the ground. Jackson Arnold, 69.6 completion percentage so far this year. 4 touchdowns in the air, 4 on the ground. See, both teams have had early success. Oklahoma's offense looking revamped, while down in the plains, Jackson Arnold's running things. And I mean literally running things. The Swiss Army knife of this offense. Cam Coleman and Eric Singleton haven't even quite shown their promise yet as of this year in this new offense. Well, come Saturday, we'll have a clear picture. And when Oklahoma and Auburn battle in Norman, we'll begin to know exactly who they are. Make sure you comment on your perspective of this idea. Make sure you hit the like button. And while you're at it, tap subscribe. Like I said, leave your comments. Please share if possible. Your engagement goes a long way. I'm your host, Joe Bombo, and I truly appreciate all you guys tuning in for another episode of iHeartSEC. Until next time.